Hi my salty pecans, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Pamela, and on today's video I am home from work. It's pretty hot and I'm like looking at some of my plants and I'm looking at all of the cute ass new growth that they're exhibiting. So I decided, you know what, let me show you some new growth on a few of my plants that are behind me. So if you're interested in this little summer solstice, summer new growth, then keep on watching. Alright y'all, so welcome back. I'm going to put this camera down and pretty much just show you one by one a few of the beauties in my collection that are so freaking cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the first cutie beauty patootie that I'm going to show you all is actually my Hoya Cantiana Laurelin. So as you can see, one of the stems, one of the vines out of the two has decided to push out new growth. So you can also see here, I don't think it's gonna focus, but like right here there is another one. So actually both of them are actively growing. One is more faster than the other, but nevertheless the Cantiana Laurelin is the first one. So my Philodendron lupinum is one of the next beauties, but I am coming to you all. This plant is not something that's very popular, so I did as much research as I can, and I definitely know that I'm going to have to change the care on this plant. But even with it not being as happy as it potentially could be, because now it's getting way too much sunlight, it's still trying to push out new growth. I know this plant is lacking humidity, so yeah, Philodendron lupinum is the next one, but it's so sad. Oh. I absolutely adore my strings of heart, and this is the Silver Glory. I have been on the hunt for this plant for such a long time. I went through 2 bouts of owning it. Both of them were fails, and the third time is the charm. So really happy. You see all of this juvenile leaves. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love it. And not only that, I decided I actually wanted to propagate this plant. Okay, so I'm gonna try to film like this because the lighting before was really bad and I don't like that. But like I was saying, I decided to propagate my Silver Glory string of hearts, and I never had success propagating my string of hearts via butterfly method, and I know that's everyone's fan fave. So what I decided to do is try again, because I'm someone who I want to try until I succeed. Okay, so I tried it again, but with now my string of hearts Silver Glory, and I have it this time in perlite. And when I tell you, this plant is so happy right now. So it's in this little container thingy, and this is just a little plastic cup. So I have it on my windowsill, and on the windowsill just like that, so you can see all of the condensation right here. Come on. Right, all of the condensation. So I have a couple of plants in here. So I chopped my Ripsalis paradoxa, and the aerial root is actually rooting in the perlite, and I think there might be something happening down here. I have another paradoxa. This one is slower growing, but it's still exhibiting some bit of growth. I have a third little paradoxa cutting. The aerial root over here is pushing out, you know, that fuzziness that I love, and also the bottom is also doing the same thing. So I'm not too sure if my string of hearts silver glory, oh wow, fail. I'm not too sure if my string of hearts silver glory is, this one is doing anything, but it's still alive. This one has this nice little tiny fuzzy growth, so we're happy about that. You know, root wise, I'm talking about that little root. And I have this longer one that was the end piece. I usually want to keep the end piece together, so that one is also doing some cuteness. So my most expensive plant purchase is actually this little tiny thing right here. This is a Hoya Swiffers tail. And if you don't know, I'm gonna just remind you all, I'm obsessed with Hoya carnosa and Hoya carnosa like plants. Swiffertail is a hybrid. So I found it was pretty pricey. I got it. We're not gonna talk about the price anymore. If you wanna know the price, I will link it in the video somewhere up here, that video. Okay, so the Swiffer's tail is exhibiting some new growth, so we are very happy about that. Let me see if I can, you see this little number in here. Love it, so cute, yay. So this next plant is a little thirsty. I'm going to water it after I show you all, but this is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma non-tissue culture. And basically, if you ever wonder how a tissue culture and non-tissue culture, to identify it literally by just looking at it, is tissue cultures, I have noticed, do not have as many just like fenestration splits. I find like tissue cultures have, I find my tissue cultures usually have like 3 or 4 fenestrations, but the non-tissue cultures have more, in my opinion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they also do the little cheese hole split, you know, like this. So that is how I'm able to identify tissue culture to non-tissue culture, but definitely do your own research to find a better method of identifying. But this plant was a little roughed up when I brought it from Florida, but now it is, it's happier, it's growing, it's happy where it's living. I just have to water it a bit more often now that the summer months are here. So this next Hoya, I am so hype about. It is the first Hoya that I'm growing that has given me a peduncle. So I actually had other Hoyas that I received that had peduncles. None of them matured enough, and a lot of the peduncles have fallen off. But this baby, I got much smaller. It's been growing. There are so many new growth points on this plant, and it's given me 1 peduncle here and a 2nd peduncle up here. I love my pedunkies. And we have a 3rd peduncle! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! A 3rd peduncle! This plant is so happy. I'm so proud of myself. Let's freaking get it, Pam! Ah! So this plant, if you know the situation I went through with even having this plant, then you'll really be proud of these plants too. These are my Reptiles. I put all of them in 1 pot. I ordered these from overseas. They came in, I believe, like a month and a half, 2 months after they were supposed to. Half of the plant lot died. The Reptiles were all pruny, and I decided to stick what I can in some water. The Reptiles rooted, and now they are just pushing out so much root growth, so much new growth. I said root growth, also root growth. But there's a Pilocarpa. I don't remember what this one is, and I also don't remember what this one is, but as you can see, it was just one little thing, and it's so sun stressed right now. I am so happy. I'm so proud. Proud mom. Proud AF. Ah! So the last plant that I'm going to show you all is one that is really one of my most troublesome plants, and it is my Philodendron brantinum. I'm gonna put a photo of what this plant looked like before, and it's just a pathetic excuse of a plant, but it's thugging it out. It is seriously thugging it out. It is just trying its best to survive. I have it under this plant pot, and you can see some condensation and my ring light also, but I have it under here, and it sits by my window, and it does its thing. You know, it does its thing, and I keep this moist. This plant just wants to be moist and humid. Moist. 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 So thank you so much, my salty pecans, for watching this video. If you like these new growths as much as I do, then let me know down below and give this video a thumbs up. Let me know also what plants in your collection are exhibiting new growth this spring, this summer now, and again, share them down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at HauzPlant, HauzPlant. Yeah, everyone, we're on the road to 10K. I am so excited. There's so many things that I want to do for the summer months. I am so energized, so excited to share so much more with you all. So yes, my salty peeps, like I mentioned, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment below, hit the notification, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's get going. Bye.